Hello and welcome back to the Craft Box. My name is Brennan. Today we are having another discussion video. Some people call these rants. They're not, I swear. These are discussion videos. On screen now are some of my favorite comments from last time where we discussed the least favorite world. Mine was obviously Dragonspire, but if you haven't seen that, you should go and check that out already. But we ain't talking about least favorite worlds today. We are talking about the possibility of, or maybe not even a possibility, just the concept of Wizard101 being available on console. Now, I did a video, I think it was earlier this year or late last year. I can't really remember the time frame. But it was basically about Wizard101 being on Steam, which was a great possibility at the time because EverClicker had been acquired. Since then, there have been a couple developments on that case, and might as well talk about them now. On Twitter, there's this guy who I follow who searches into the game files, spoils a whole bunch of things, and there's a possibility that Steam and Wizard101 could be coming soon. From what he's seen and what he's shown us from the game files, there's things that directly name Steam and all that sort of stuff. But we're not going into that today. If you want to find out more, he's quite popular in the Twitter community. But anyway, on to what we're actually talking about. Wizard101 on console. Now, I'm not a big console fan, to be honest. Not really a fan of that sort of stuff, but this is something I've seen on Reddit a lot, and a lot of people have been asking for it. I kind of want to know what you guys think, but I'm going to let you know what I think first. Personally, I don't see the point of it. I know that it's really, really hard to get all of the consoles to kind of work together, and I know that when Mojang tried to do it for Minecraft, that it failed a lot, especially PlayStation, but that again could have been because they're owned by Microsoft. I don't really know. I haven't really heard about much of that in the way of things, but connecting between all of these different platforms is definitely difficult. Sony, who I believe own PlayStation, generally not the best at letting cross-platform ability. There's a word for it. I can't remember the words right now. Words are not my thing today. Yeah, they're not basically really good at letting people do that. From what I've heard, it's not like easiest thing to do. And then again, just converting everything over into to console as well is not the best. So I don't think I would personally like that. I think it would take way too much time away from the development of the game. Not that they're doing much, but also I don't want to make it sound like I don't think that they do much, because they do. But not that there's much going on too great at the moment. Like, as soon as Imperia Part 2 is finished, I do think they're going to take a wee little bit of break, step back a bit, definitely continue with the whole enhancement of the first arc, making it look better and feel better, and I'm excited for them to do that, and I think that if they do that and then work on the marketing, it can make a great game again, make Wizard101 great again. So, yeah, who knows, that's all up in the future, but I don't think that taking time away from creating the graphics to be betterer is probably not in their best interest at the moment, in my opinion. Taking that time away is just not probably what they should be doing. I think they should be really focusing on first maintaining their audience at the moment, because I know there's been a lot of talk about people quitting and blah 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 blah, blah who knows what. But then again, that also could be because it's there's no big updates at the moment, and probably won't be until October, and then people come back again. There's a possibility, it happens a lot. But maintaining an audience for the game is crucial, especially as it's not the biggest game. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not the biggest game, but it is also not the smallest game in the world. 101. But I don't think that they should be taking 100% of their time to develop console when their marketing is still kind of slow. They're not the best. Again, I live overseas, so I can't like comment on TV commercials that you might see in America, but I haven't heard of any going around. I know that I sometimes get ads on YouTube, which is a surprise for the game, but there's not much like advertising that I actually get, and I don't see many people talking about the ads of Wizard101. So yeah, I don't think it's in their best interest. Steam, I think, would be far better for them to go than console, because it takes a lot less of their time and effort to do Steam than it would to do console, because console they have to kind of like rewrite everything and like fix it for like controllers and other different platforms that is not Windows and Mac and Linux. So yeah, whereas if they release it on Steam, they can get a huge increase in players, hopefully, and not have the whole issue of rewriting absolutely everything. Yeah, there's going to be a couple things that they have to rewrite, and they're already like starting to implement that for some reason. Who knows? Possibility of Steam in the future, I wouldn't doubt it. So yeah, that's kind of my opinions. I don't really think it's a great idea for them to do that. But then again, it could be what they want to do. I don't see... For me personally, I would not go to console just for Wizard101. I probably won't go to console full stop. But that's just me. I haven't really like grown up as a console sort of guy. So yeah, not really a possibility in my mind. And it definitely wouldn't change, and I don't think many people would switch over. Like, some of them they would, and I can understand that because they prefer console and whatnot, and look, my favourite game's on console now, yay, I can play it there. But I don't think that the draw of that will provide them enough reason to do it financially, when we've already, as the community, we already criticize them enough for bad marketing decisions and bad decisions in general, and I don't want them to be criticized a lot. Like, they get criticized a lot, and some of it is justifiable, and others are just ridiculous, but I'm not going into that today. And I think that it would be borderline waste of money, in my opinion. And also there's the whole debacle of different laws in different countries. Obviously they'll have to sell it as like probably more of a physical copy, and then you get into a whole bunch of different laws, since it's not just in the US anymore, it's in every other country, or if they release it to other countries, and some countries have a more strict on gambling, which technically packs come into the gambling category, because you don't know what you're going to get, or you know what you're going to get, you don't know the chances of getting it. So they would have to release, in a lot of countries, I know China does this, and I think Australia as well, but I'm not really like up to date with this, and I'm pretty sure the whole of the EU do this as well. You have to release the drop chances of everything if you're quote-unquote gambling away, so it's not gambling, otherwise you can't have it. I know China is a big issue for this. So like for these Professor's Hall Pack, Wisteria Lore Pack, you would have to know the exact probability of getting it for absolutely everything, otherwise it's gambling. Which I don't think they're going to be able to do that, because this is packs are probably where they make a lot of their money, like most of their money other than membership. Because who doesn't go for packs? Like, there's like mounts in here that everyone wants. Gulch's Horde pack, go for the mount, don't get it like a billion times, spend so much crowns on it, and boom, you finally get it. But everybody has to do that. Again, with the Wisteria Lore Pack, like, there's Pigsy in there. Everybody wants Pigsy. You spend crowns for Pigsy, and if you're lucky, you get it first time like me. Otherwise, you don't. And you keep spending crowns. You spend and spend and spend and spend, and you're basically just gambling all your money away. And that's how it works. But in some countries, that's not quite the best to do. And some countries don't like that. There's laws against it, which is not really cool. But that's how it goes. So they would have to take into account international laws and not just the US laws. which I don't think a company as small as KingsIsle will probably look into, which is again another reason why I don't think console would be a thing. But yeah, what I want to ask you is, what do you think about, if, let's say, Wizard101 comes to console, would you play it? This is the first question. Would you play Wizard101 if it was on a console? And what do you think about Wizard101 becoming a console game as well as on the PC? Like, what do you think the dynamic between that would be? How do you think it would work? What do you think about it? Like, what do you think? Would you play it, and what do you think about it being on console, if it came on console? Do you think they would do it? I don't know, you tell me. Anyway, thank you for watching. Next time we will be doing another discussion, not a rant. These are not rants, these are discussions. I like how I have to say that. I get roasted too much in the comments otherwise. People are just like constantly telling me I'm just ranting the whole time. Stop ranting, Ben. Stop it. You don't do this anymore. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. And if you're new here, press the wee little bell and subscribe. Otherwise, remember, craft outside the box.